Okay, we're here today at RFID Journal Live in Orlando with Xerafy founder and CEO Dennis Khoo.
Hey.
Thanks for being here. And Moses Chang, sales and marketing manager for Xerafy. So, there's been a lot of new and interesting announcements here at the show and new products, and I think you guys are near the top of the list in terms of bringing to market something in the RFID space that we really assumed couldn't be done in the past. And why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Dennis, in terms of what you've been able to do in the UHF frequency area specifically?
Okay, well, we came out in this space and we realized that read on metal has been a huge challenge for UHF. And what we wanted to do is to go into those very niche market, and we wanted to be the best in terms of size for performance. So the ratio of the product, we have probably the smallest tag today for read on metals, but we take that challenge even one step further. We also do read in metals, and that's really huge today at this show because everybody just cannot imagine, read on metal itself is really a huge challenge, and then now we're putting it in metals and still getting a huge, 1 meter or 1.5 meters kind of read range. It's really, people are just amazed, and I think just create a whole new blue ocean of applications because people just didn't knew that this can be done before.
Excellent. I think you have some samples with you today.
Precisely.
Maybe you could show us by example not only where your tags sit within the part, and you got a couple bolts there,
right,
but walk us through a use case.
Well, basically when I say 1 and 1/2 meters, we are talking about something of this size of tag. When we have a bigger tag that's embedded in metal, we can get even 2 or 3 meters. So it really depends on the type of tags that we use. The type of applications that we are going for are very industrial applications. We target a lot on oil and gas. We go into industrial tool tracking. We work with the aviation companies, automotive companies. So we can actually put this into various types of form factors. The metal plates itself. Of course, these are in metal, but we do really well on metal as well. So, on metal itself, we have a lot of asset managements today in the field. They are already on metal. One of the things that we do very well right now is tool tracking. So you can see that we have probably the smallest tag out there, and you have like the Pico tag right here. We actually have it heat shrink, so you cannot see it, but this is our tag, and a lot of people who are in tool tracking swears by our product because only we have the small size that is able to fit onto the smallest tools.
When you tag something like a bolt, what would be the common use case there in terms of why I would want to tag a bolt?
You want to answer that, Moses?
I think the use case for the bolt is actually identifying the entire asset that it's attached to. So there's really no need to identify an individual bolt. But for instance, in oil and gas, if there's a huge pipeline that the bolt is attached to, then you can easily track when it was maintained, who maintained it, and even what instrument was used to really maintain that object. And in this case, we can really incorporate it into the asset. But the inspector will definitely know where it is, and then he can easily just identify it with maybe like a handheld reader.
Now, if that wrench, for instance, Dennis, were turned upside down,
sure,
and it was in a tool chest, what have you done to overcome not only the orientation issues, but the other ambient metals that you find in the environment around these tags?
Okay, well, basically our tags, obviously, it's sensitive to orientation, but basically we try to maintain a very decent read range. So even if it's read on edge or on and off and things like that, they still have a real decent performance. Probably you get like 20%, 30% degradation in terms of the read range.
Any last points or references? Dennis, you mentioned a white paper available on your website, and we'll give a graphic here, but it's
www.xerafy.com.
That's where you can go to download the white paper and
the benchmark reports. We have newsletters, so you can get our data sheets. Everything is online.
Well, thanks again for your time today, and best of luck. And I look forward to talking to you again about some of the new use cases that we're going to find out there now that people realize that they have this capability.
Thank you, Chris.